coming to your local view this November.
We return to the Harry Potter universe 70 years before the Half-Bloods' Hogwarts exploits in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Ben Affleck keeps a very accurate record of the body count in action thriller The Accountant.
Amy Adams is on double duties, starring alongside Jake Gyllenhaal in Tom Ford's psychological thriller Nocturnal Animals, and with Jeremy Renner and Forest Whitaker in Denis Villeneuve's intelligent sci-fi drama Arrival.
And Rosamund Pike and David Oyelowo's interracial marriage gets British Empire bigots in a twist in the United Kingdom. Hello, I'm Stefan and I watch movies for a living, which is quite fun.
I'm Rhianna and I also watch movies for a living, mainly for the popcorn.
Yeah, for the popcorn, but also for the awards season. I love the awards season.
Who doesn't?
And we're entering into that time of the year where some of the biggest and best releases are being shown to us on the big screen. And the first one, and one of the biggest releases of the year, and one that you simply cannot miss, is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Don't panic, but there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
So what do we know about this so far? What's the kind of premise behind this one?
Okay, so Eddie Redmayne is playing Newt Scamander and he is going across the pond with his lovely battered briefcase full of fantastic beasts. And he turns up in an already paranoid New York, and somehow these beasts are kind of let free and let loose all over the city.
I think one of the things I'm most looking forward to is just this array of new creatures that we're about to see. And obviously they all come out of this sort of briefcase, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Colin Farrell is the bad guy, and we're not really used to seeing him in that role.
No, he's such a charming kind of actor, and he often plays up to that charm.
Yeah,
to see him kind of turn that on its head could be really exciting.
I want to be a wizard.
So if you're as excited as Stefan clearly is about this film, then let us know in the comments below what you're looking forward to the most about this movie. And we've still got another 4 films coming up.
Oh, and there's some good ones here as well.
There are some crackers. First up is The Accountant.
This guy risks his life uncooking the books for some of the scariest people on the planet. Imagine the secrets this guy has.
The Accountant obviously features Ben Affleck, who plays an autistic accountant who does the books for lots of shady kind of businessmen and kind of gang members, which alerts the FBI, which is where J.K. Simmons comes into this movie.
Who is Christian Wolf?
The Accountant.
It's a really kind of interesting character study, but at its core, a real kind of action thriller that is kind of unrelenting as well in its intensity.
Do you know what the big pull for me about this movie is that it's not an adaptation, it's not a spin-off, it's a completely original story, and that is so rare in cinema now.
Anna Kendrick is brilliant in this movie, and there's John Lithgow and obviously J.K. Simmons, there's Cynthia Addai-Robinson who's got a really big role in it as well, and it's just a real kind of ensemble feature that feels like every role has their own character arc, and that's quite difficult to pull off sometimes.
I got him right.
Maybe.
Obviously, J.K. Simmons recently won an Oscar for his turn in Whiplash, which was fabulous, but another film that has got Oscars written all over it is Nocturnal Animals.
I'm worried about you. Are you sleeping? I never sleep.
So Tom Ford is returning to the director's chair now for Nocturnal Animals. This is a remarkable piece of cinema, unlike anything I've seen for such a long time. What can we expect from this?
Okay, so this is starring Amy Adams. She plays quite a sort of cold woman who receives a book from her ex-husband who's estranged, who is played by Jake Gyllenhaal. So she reads this book, and as she reads, we see it played out on the screen. And it's such a dark, violent, scary story. This has got Tom Ford's stamp all over it, because obviously it used to be in fashion and it's very slick.
And this feels so meticulously crafted. Every colour, there's so many visual kind of elements between the two storylines that tie in.
Nobody gets away with what you did. Nobody.
And from one Amy Adams flick to another.
Nice.
Thank you very much. We move on to Arrival, which is also out this month.
There are days that define your story beyond your life, like the day they arrived.
So tell us a little bit about Arrival.
So this is by Denis Villeneuve. Amy Adams plays a bit like me. She's an expert linguist. 12 UFOs have landed on planet Earth in different kind of corners of the world. And she's been hired by the US military, by Forest Whitaker's character, to decipher the language of the alien invasion. And even though this is a big sci-fi, what struck me about this film most is that it's a real human tale.
Jeremy Renner is in this, and I think it's probably one of his best roles because he's not playing this massive action hero, you know, we're actually seeing a little bit of what he can do.
What happens now? They arrive.
if aliens do come down to planet Earth, I'd like Amy Adams to be at the first port of call, because I think it's always good to get on the right foot, make a good impression. So leave your comments. Who would you most like to speak to aliens? If you could put any actor or actress forward, who would you most like to be the first person they meet?
That is a great question. I think Brad Pitt, because then they think that everyone was that beautiful.
But then they'd be really disappointed when they met everyone else.
I am ready to serve you because I love my people. I love this land. But I love my wife.
And finally, we're talking about A United Kingdom, which is directed by Amara Santi, who obviously did Belle. Tell me, have I got a lot to look forward to in A United Kingdom?
Yes, well, it's kind of a true life prevails story. It's based on a true story. Ruth Williams is played by Rosamund Pike, and she meets and falls in love with Soretse Kama, played by David Oyelowo, in London. And given the sort of era this takes place in, post-Second World War, there's lots of kind of vitriol, particularly from her father, played by Nicholas Lyndhurst, against the fact that she is falling in love with a black man.
Have you no shame?
The catch here, and what's really interesting about this movie, is that he's the king of Botswana. So he has to return back to his homeland. And what's interesting is that his people are not too keen on having a white woman to be their queen. For me, the one thing I took about this movie, more than anything else, and this is when we're talking about the awards season, is David Oyelowo. There's one scene in particular where I almost wanted to stand up and give him a round of applause.
Is this where he does his rousing speech? Because we know that he's excellent at doing that. Obviously, he did that in Selma, and he's playing, again, another political leader, a real-life one.
It is time!
I honestly can't wait to see this, and it's obviously one of many huge films coming out this month. Ewan McGregor makes his directorial debut with American Pastoral.
Romantic period drama The Light Between Oceans, starring Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander.
And Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard star in Robert Zemeckis' World War II thriller, Allied.
So as we've gathered, there are an array of incredible films to indulge in this month. So be sure to head to myview.com to book your tickets now, and don't forget to enjoy the big screen entertainment.